So I stopped trading options and this happened. Now I come from a background where back in 2019, I got into penny stocks and then quickly fell into options as 2021 and 2022 rolled on. And I was seeking consistency. I was seeking a way to trade or, some sort of method to trade that would provide consistency. And everyone tells you like, oh, options is where you can risk a little bit of money to make a lot. And that's, the ultimate holy grail of trading, right? Because you can risk a little and make so much. And everyone talks about your risk reward. Oh, you want to have amazing risk reward. That's what it's all about. Well, I found out the hard way that it's not always about that. And there's really more than one way to achieve big juicy gains that you see on social media flashed and thrown right in your face. Now, I want to frame this video correctly because options themselves was not the difference between profitability and unprofitability. For me, maybe for someone else, but it wasn't for me. There's an underlying reason behind that. If you're a profitable trader, you can probably trade options and you could probably be good and be profitable and make it work. Just have to know how to learn the game. If you're unprofitable, there's probably something deeper rooted in your trading that needs the attention and not just switching over from options to futures or to shares or whatever. If you want to see what flipped my trading from unprofitable to profitable, I have a video diving deeper into that. I just posted. But I want to talk about what I'm seeing more recently after I made the switch in October of 2023. So here's the P&L curve. And what you can see is that we had some nice consistency, really, as we went through April, May, June, July. Then we went through a rough patch. July, August, September, things were a little bit choppy and I was not able to get or continue to grow my portfolio at the pace that I was prior. But then we turn things around, we see a much clearer and a steeper curve up and to the right, meaning we're making more money. And it just clicked to me because that was when I made the switch from options. Actually, it was the beginning of October of 2023 that I finally let go of options. I said, I'm going to stop trading options. I'm actually going to stop trading my own money. And I'm going to move to a prop firm where I could trade shares. Trading the same stocks I was trading, no changes there, but just applying my strategy to shares instead of options. Why do I think that this has been such a positive? Well, there's a couple reasons. My trading now is quite simple. There's a lot less ways to lose, okay? And when I say it's quite simple, there's more that goes into that than just the options and stuff. But when you're trading options, when you have to think about decay, the Greeks, expirations, there's a lot of things in there that can throw off your trades. Whereas I was taking trades based off of charts, right? I mean, I think that's what most people do. Maybe not everybody. Investing is different. But when I would see a level or a set of criteria that was met for my strategy, when I saw that hit, I would take a trade. And I would have a stop loss at a level, and I would have a general take profit at a level. I might be scaling out, but I'd have, an area I'm looking to target. And inside of that, it's quite simple, right? The stock moves, price moves, however price moves, and it's either you hit the stop loss and you stop out, or you hit the take profit and you lock your gains in. But when you're trading options and price doesn't hit either of those levels right away, and price stays flat, you actually are losing money because of decay. And so I had a problem trying to figure out what strikes to go to. And you can go back to a lot of trade recaps from that period of 2023 where I was struggling to figure out what strikes were the best. And I think I got a decent idea of like 2 weeks out was a strike price that I was using, but then every stock is different. When you're trading certain stocks, they might have monthly expirations. Most of the ones I traded had weeklies. But it throws a little wrench and it's not allowing me to be consistent in every single trade because they're all kind of different. And the next thing is that swing trades became playable. And I wasn't really trading a lot of swing trades. I wasn't swinging overnight for a lot of positions that I had. And I was missing out on potential gains. And the reason why was the risk reward didn't make sense. If you had a gap down the next day of $1 or $2 on a stock, and your expiration was that Friday or the next Friday, you could lose 30, 40, 50+% of that option, depending upon how far out the money it is, like that. And I was like, it's just not worth these overnight swings. And so I missed out on opportunities to trade things and hold things for longer. But at the same time, when I moved to now trading shares, not options, I could do that. I don't give a shit how long it takes to hit the profit target or the stop loss. There really isn't a problem. Like, now maybe there's some commissions I got to deal with, and maybe there's a small swap fee from trading with these offshore brokerage accounts, but it's minimal, very minimal compared to the decay that I would experience when I was trading options. And so I can let trades take 3, 4, 5 days, even a week, maybe even longer at times to play out. And it's totally fine. Boil that down even further, I can now be looking at daily charts, weekly charts, looking at the bigger picture and looking for the bigger picture moves in stocks versus having to trade the 5-minute chart, maybe the 30-minute, maybe the 1-hour chart, and go off of that. And that was good and I was profitable, but it wasn't, you can see that it wasn't awesome. It wasn't like blowing things up. There was a lot of hiccup and things just felt choppier, I'll be honest. Now I track all this stuff, all this data in TradeZella, so I'll leave a link to TradeZella below this video if you want to look deeper into them and use them. I've been using them for over a year and I highly recommend them to track your data if you are a data nerd when it comes to this stuff. And I think it's important, not needed, but I think it's important, especially if you want to understand where problems might be stemming from, and then you can use that and act upon that data a little bit quicker. I'm excited to see how this progresses, but I think it's been very clear to me that the switch away from options has been a positive, and I don't think I will ever be going back to trading options the way that I was. I will still use options, but most likely selling options for cash flow. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Consider liking the video to support the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.